If you live with diabetes and you're wondering whether milk fits in your day, you're not alone. I hear this all the time. Edu, does milk spike sugar? Is lactose-free milk better? What about almond milk, coconut milk, or oat milk? Today I'm going to walk you through it in a simple, practical way so you can decide what works for you without fear or confusion. I'm Edu Rodriguez, pharmacist and biochemist, and this is EDU Diabetes in English. Around here we keep it clear, friendly, and grounded in real science you can use today. By the end of this video, you'll know which milks help, which ones usually hurt, how to pair milk and dairy so your blood sugar stays steady, and what to watch on labels so you don't get tricked by marketing. While you watch, tell me in the comments what kind of milk you use right now and how your glucose reacts. Your story will help a lot of people here. Let's start with the big idea. Milk is a mix of water, natural sugar, protein, and fat. The natural sugar in milk is called lactose. When you drink regular cow's milk, your body breaks lactose into two simple sugars, glucose and galactose. Glucose is the part that raises blood sugar. The protein in milk is mostly whey and casein. Whey is fast-acting and can push insulin up more than you'd expect from the carbs alone. That's why some people notice a bigger insulin bump from milk than from, say, the same grams of carbs and vegetables. None of this makes milk bad, but it does explain why milk at the wrong time or in the wrong portion may throw off your numbers. Now a quick word about lactose-free milk. A lot of people think lactose-free means sugar-free. It doesn't. Lactose-free milk has the same total sugar as regular milk, but the lactose is already split into glucose and galactose to help digestion. Because those sugars are already pre-broken, the taste is sweeter and the impact on blood sugar can be a bit faster for some people. If you've ever sipped lactose-free milk and thought, why does this taste like dessert? That's why. If you love it and it fits your day, okay, just test your glucose 60 to 120 minutes after drinking it and see how your body reacts. I always say, trust your meter. Let's talk about timing. Mornings can be tricky because many people have a natural dawn rise in glucose. If your morning glucose tends to run high, a big glass of milk on an empty stomach may push it higher. If you still want milk at breakfast, pair it with protein, fiber, or fat to slow absorption. Think eggs with spinach and a small cappuccino. Think Greek yogurt with chia and a handful of berries. Think cottage cheese with sliced strawberries and almonds. Notice the pattern. You never let the milk or dairy show up alone. You let it ride with fiber or protein so your glucose curve stays gentle. What about portion? For most adults with type 2 diabetes, a sensible starting point is half a cup to 1 cup of milk in a meal that already has protein and fiber. If you're counting carbs, 1 cup of cow's milk typically gives you around 12 grams of carbohydrate. If you're working with insulin, you already know what to do. Dose for those carbs and watch your pattern over a few days. If you're not on insulin, the pairing strategy matters even more. Now let's compare the main options so you can pick what suits your taste, your budget, and your glucose. Regular cow's milk. It's convenient, it's everywhere, and for many people it tastes great. Whole milk tends to raise glucose a little slower than fat-free because the fat slows absorption, but the carb count is similar. If you tolerate lactose and you enjoy the taste, try whole or 2%, keep portions reasonable, and never drink it alone on an empty stomach. Test your glucose and see. Lactose-free cow's milk. Easier on digestion if lactose makes you bloated. Remember, it's not lower in sugar. It's just easier to digest because the sugar is split. Many people find it tastes sweeter and sometimes spikes faster. Again, pair it and test. A2 milk. Some people feel better with A2 milk instead of regular A1/A2 milk. This is about protein type, not sugar. If regular milk upsets your stomach but lactose-free didn't help, A2 is worth a try. Glucose impact is similar to regular milk, so the same rules apply. Unsweetened almond milk. Very low in carbs, usually about 1 to 2 grams per cup, and low in calories. It's a good option if you want the milk experience in coffee, tea, or smoothies without a big glucose rise. Check the label. It must say unsweetened. Many brands have sweetened versions that carry a lot of sugar. Unsweetened coconut milk, carton. Also low in carbs per cup. The taste is more distinct. It works if you like a creamier texture in coffee or smoothies. Again, choose the unsweetened carton, not the canned coconut milk used for cooking, which is much richer and better used as an ingredient, not a daily drink. Unsweetened cashew milk. Similar to almond milk in carbs and calories, a bit creamier. Great for coffee or overnight oats made with extra protein and seeds. Oat milk. Tasty and trendy, but here's the catch. Oats are starch. Many oat milks are made with enzymes that turn starch into simple sugars to improve sweetness and texture. Even unsweetened brands can deliver a surprising glucose rise because of those natural sugars. If you love oat milk, keep the portion small, pair it well, and test your response. Don't assume unsweetened means blood sugar friendly. Rice milk, usually the highest in carbs and the most likely to spike. If your goal is steady glucose, rice milk is rarely your best friend. Soy milk. This one divides opinions. Plain, unsweetened soy milk is higher in protein than most plant milks and can be helpful if you're avoiding dairy. The key is unsweetened and a simple ingredient list. If soy works for you and your numbers look good, it can be part of your rotation. If it doesn't sit well with your stomach or your glucose, skip it. Your meter is the judge. Did your favorite make the list? Tell me what you're using now and what happens to your glucose after you drink it. I read every comment and I learn a lot from you. We also need to talk about dairy foods besides milk, because many people do better with fermented dairy than with liquid milk. Fermented dairy means bacteria have eaten part of the lactose and turned it into lactic acid. That can lower the sugar content and change how your body handles it. Plain Greek yogurt. Thick, high in protein, and lower in lactose than milk. Choose unsweetened. Stir in cinnamon, chia seeds, and a few berries. Many people see a gentle glucose curve with Greek yogurt because the protein and thickness slow the sugar release. If you're new to it, start with half a cup, watch your numbers, then adjust. Regular plain yogurt. Still a solid option, especially if Greek yogurt is too tangy for you. Again, plain is the rule. Fruit on the bottom and vanilla flavors are usually sweetened. If you need a touch of sweetness, add your own fruit so you control the amount. Kefir. This is drinkable fermented dairy. It's tangy and rich in live cultures. Plain kefir can work well for many people because the fermentation reduces lactose. If you want to try it, pour half a cup into a smoothie with spinach, a few frozen berries, and a spoon of peanut butter or almond butter. That pairing gives you fiber and fat to slow things down. Cottage cheese and ricotta. These are wonderful for breakfast or a snack. Cottage cheese with cucumber and olive oil is a simple, salty option. Ricotta with cinnamon and a couple of walnuts is a sweet-leaning option without added sugar. Both are higher in protein and lower in lactose than milk. Cheese. Most aged cheeses are very low in carbs. A little cheese with a meal adds flavor, fat, and satisfaction. Keep an eye on portion if you're watching calories or sodium. If blood pressure is a concern, choose cheeses with lower sodium and enjoy modest amounts. Heavy cream. A splash in coffee is usually fine for many people because the carb content is tiny. If you miss the creaminess of milk in your coffee but don't love plant milks, a small splash of cream can be a practical fix. Butter and ghee. These are fats with negligible carbs. They won't spike glucose, but they are energy dense, so keep portions sensible. You might be asking, if milk can nudge insulin up more than expected, why do some people do well with dairy? 2 reasons. First, fermented dairy often has less lactose and a different texture that slows absorption. Second, when you combine dairy with fiber and protein, you change the whole meal's impact. The plate beats the single item. We eat meals, not nutrients in isolation. Let's put this into action with a few real-life frames you can copy. If you love coffee with milk in the morning, try a small cappuccino with whole milk and pair it with eggs and sautéed vegetables. Or switch to unsweetened almond milk and keep your usual breakfast. Watch your glucose over 3 mornings and compare. If you enjoy smoothies, build them smart. Use unsweetened almond or cashew milk as the base. Add a scoop of Greek yogurt or a clean protein powder. Add spinach or kale. Add a few frozen berries and blend. That combo is low in sugar and high in staying power. If you want cereal, flip the script. Think yogurt bowl, not milk bowl. Use Greek yogurt, stir in ground flax or chia. Add a handful of nuts and finish with a few slices of fruit. You'll get the bowl experience without the sugar spike of milk plus cereal. If you like an evening snack and your glucose tends to drift upward at night, consider swapping milk for cottage cheese with a few cherry tomatoes or for ricotta with cinnamon. Many people see flatter overnight lines with a protein-forward snack. There are also people who decide milk just doesn't play nice with their numbers, and that's okay. You don't have to drink milk to be healthy. You can get calcium and protein from many foods. If you do drink milk, drink it because you like it and because your data says it fits you. Let me pause and ask you something important. Have you ever measured your glucose 2 hours after drinking different milks? What were the results? Drop your numbers below. Say what you drank, how much, what you ate with it, and what the before and after readings were. Your test can guide someone else tonight. Now a quick checklist to keep you safe in the supermarket. Look for the word unsweetened on plant milks. If it's not there, assume sugar. Flip the carton and read the nutrition facts. Look at total carbs per cup. Look at added sugars. If there are added sugars, put it back. Check the ingredient list. You want short and simple. Almonds, water, salt, maybe vitamins. If you see syrups, dextrins, or a long list you can't pronounce, walk away. For dairy yogurt, choose plain and sweeten at home with fruit or a sprinkle of cinnamon. For kefir, plain is the way. A few special cases. If you have lactose intolerance, fermented dairy or lactose-free options may feel better. If you have kidney disease and need to watch protein, phosphorus, or potassium, talk with your healthcare team about the right portions. If blood pressure is an issue, choose lower sodium cheeses and keep the serving small. If you're trying to lose weight, be mindful with liquid calories. It's easy to drink more than you planned. Food you chew tends to satisfy more. What about kids or teens with diabetes who love milk? The same principles apply. Pair milk with meals, not alone. Keep portions appropriate for age and activity. Consider higher protein dairy like Greek yogurt to help with satiety. And always check the meter. I want to address one more question I get a lot. Edu, I switched to oat milk because it's healthy, but my sensor shows a spike. Why? It's not you. It's how oat milk is made. Enzymes break down oat starch into simple sugars, so it tastes good without adding sugar. Those natural sugars still raise blood sugar. If you adore oat milk, you don't have to ban it forever. Use a half cup in coffee, pair it with a protein breakfast, and test your response. If your curve still looks like a roller coaster, choose a different milk on weekdays and save oat milk for weekends. And what about soy milk and hormones? Plain, unsweetened soy milk with a clean label is fine for many people and can be part of a balanced plan. If you don't like it or it doesn't agree with you, skip it. There is no single milk everyone must drink. If you want my personal, practical starter path, here it is. First, try unsweetened almond, cashew, or coconut milk for coffee, smoothies, and recipes where you just want creaminess without carbs. Second, lean on fermented dairy like plain Greek yogurt, kefir, cottage cheese, and ricotta. Third, if you do drink cow's milk, keep it to a sensible portion with meals that include protein and fiber, and watch your meter for 3 to 5 days to learn your pattern. That's it. Simple, calm, and data-driven. Before we wrap up, I want to give you 2 small tricks that help many people. Add cinnamon to dairy bowls and smoothies. It won't replace medication, but for some people it gently helps post-meal numbers. It also adds flavor so you don't reach for sugar. Chill and reheat. If you cook oatmeal for your family, make yours with extra protein and seeds, chill it, and reheat later. Cooling and reheating can form some resistant starch, which may soften the glucose impact. This idea applies more to grains and potatoes than to milk, but it's a useful kitchen habit when you're building balanced breakfasts that include yogurt or cottage cheese on the side. If you're still thinking, Edu, should people with diabetes drink milk? Here's my honest answer. You don't have to, but you can if you choose the right type, the right portion, the right timing, and the right pairing. Your meter will tell you the truth in less than 2 hours. No fear, no guessing, just feedback. Tell me what you're going to try this week. Are you switching your morning milk? Testing Greek yogurt bowls? Trying cottage cheese at night? I want to hear your plan. If this video helped you, please like it so more people find it. Share it with a friend or a family member who is confused about milk and diabetes. And subscribe to EDU Diabetes in English so you don't miss the next video. Every week, I bring you simple, science-based guidance you can apply the same day. I'm Edu Rodriguez, pharmacist and biochemist. Thank you for being here with me. Take good care of yourself, keep your numbers steady, and I'll see you in the next one.